All right, Faith. Faith, where did you grow up? Where are you from originally?
Pinellas County, Florida.
And tell me about your family growing up. You had mom and dad?
I had my mom and then my stepdad. And then I found out that my stepdad, who I thought was my real dad, wasn't my dad. So,
What age was that?
what was that?
What age was that?
About 10 to 12.
How was that to find out that your dad was not your real dad?
It was kind of stressful.
Have you ever met your real father?
Yes, I have.
Your biological father?
Yes.
When did that happen?
Shortly after I found out that my stepdad wasn't my dad. So, it was stressful and traumatic, kind of.
How would you describe your childhood in
Um,
general?
it was good, like the early ages, and then it just got really confusing and kind of stressful towards like 10 years old. Because my mom was like, she wasn't around as much, and then the guy that I thought was my dad raised me, then come to find out he's not my dad, so it's kind of stressful.
Yeah, and probably confusing too.
Yeah.
You finished high school?
No, I did not.
How far did you go in school?
Ninth grade.
And then what kind of work have you done? Like after you quit school, you started working, I assume?
Yeah, like a year later, I started working for like gas stations and grocery stores and stuff like that.
And then eventually you found strip clubs, I guess, basically?
Yeah.
What you started doing that at what age?
18. Like right after I turned 18, I started dancing.
And you've been doing it for how long?
About 4 to 5 years now.
How old are you now?
Almost 22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're pregnant now. You're almost ready to have a baby. How many weeks along are you?
37 weeks.
37 weeks.
Yeah.
This is your first child?
No, it's my fourth.
You're 4.
Yeah.
So are you raising all 4? Or will you be?
My mom has my other 3 boys, and then I'm working on getting them back in my care, but right now, no, she's got them.
And the baby to be, you have a father that's in your life?
Yeah.
So the new child will have a father.
Yes. And then my other 3 kids, my younger son, his dad's involved, but it's kind of court ordered to be involved. And then my 2 older sons, their dad is far away, so I haven't spoke to him in a couple of years.
And why did you lose custody of your kids?
Because I was partying and I went through a phase of drugs.
Yeah, the drugs will get you separated from your kids pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And are drugs still part of your life now?
No, they're not.
And so, working at a strip club, pregnant as you are, I mean, do your clients enjoy that, or are they into that?
Some of them are, and some of them aren't really. No, some of them, they want all your attention, and then like the younger guys kind of just push you away. It's kind of like weird to them.
I've never heard of a pregnant stripper before.
Yeah.
Your club, I heard, has even more than just you, right?
Yeah, there's about 6 to 8 girls that are pregnant.
Right now?
Yeah.
At your club?
Yeah, but I'm more further along than anybody else.
Well, you're about to drop a baby any day now.
Yeah.
Oh. And did you have dreams of doing something with your life when you were younger, or?
Yeah, I wanted to do cosmetology school.
You're still young, so you can do it still.
Yeah, I'm going to. I think so. And then I wanted to be a nurse. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that, but I'm probably going to do cosmetology.
That'd be great. I don't know that this career is going to be the right one for getting your kids back and raising kids and all that.
Yeah.
And looking back at your young life, I mean, what's your biggest regret?
Probably the men and like who I surrounded myself around at a young age. I kind of, since my life got confusing and messed up when I was like 10. I kind of just depended on guys after that, and I dated really young. I had my son really young, and I just probably regret who I surrounded myself around.
Was birth control ever a part of your life?
Yes, but
no.
yeah, yes, but no.
But you have a good relationship with your 3 kids, right?
Yeah.
Mom's got them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the circle of people around you, has that changed now? Are you more stabilized now?
Yeah, I keep my circle really small. I don't talk to a lot of people at all. I kind of just stick to me, my kids, and my family. And then I have a couple friends here and there, and that's helped a lot.
And what emotions do you go through now, living this lifestyle and knowing that you've got 4 kids at such a young age?
It can be stressful and depressing sometimes, also with like my boys being with my mom and me not always being there with them, but I'm kind of overcoming that and making like I'm happier knowing that I am working to get them back.
Right.
So
you feel like things are looking up?
Yeah.
Looking at the choices you made, do you have regrets about not staying in school? I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I regret that.
Yeah, and drugs probably you see now as probably not the best choice as well.
Yeah, not at all.
You'd be at home with your kids right now.
Yeah.
What was the best example of a loving relationship you had as a young girl? Your stepfather and mom had a good relationship?
They did not really know. They were kind of fighting a lot, and she left him. And me and my sister's dad, that's who raised me, we all stayed with him. And she kind of left, so she would get us like every 2 weekends. So it was more like I had him, but he wasn't as loving and affectionate as he should have been.
Yeah, you're kind of passed around, it seems.
Yeah.
And your biological father is, where was he?
He was in and out of prison, really bad on like hardcore drugs. It's kind of bad. He couldn't stay out of prison.
Wow. So doing this kind of work, how does it affect you personally, your self-worth or self-esteem?
It makes me, I'm more confident than when I first started doing it, but there's also times where it's just like, I don't really want to be there, but I'm doing it for the money to support my kids and to support myself.
And the father of your new child he's working?
Yeah.
What does he do?
He's actually a delivery driver. He delivers food.
Mm-hmm. What's the hardest part of this life that you've built for yourself?
Probably me choosing the wrong choices and losing my kids.
Are you tempted to have party on the weekends?
No, not anymore. I was for quite a few months last year, right before they got placed with my mom.
And that's kind of straightened you out?
It didn't. Losing them made me realize that I needed to straighten myself up. But I think I was just going through a lot of stress because at the time, I kind of was a single mom taking care of them, and it was just stressful. So when I worked, I would party, and that's where the drugs came in. And I started depending on them a little bit too much.
Do you feel like you were loved as a child?
I know I was loved, but I didn't necessarily feel how like a child should feel. I don't think like the way that I see like my younger sister, like the way that she gets treated is completely different from how I got treated.
Yeah.
So she gets more love and affection than I ever did.
Did you feel betrayed when you found out your stepdad was not your actual father?
Kind of, yes, and I was hurt, but I was also, for some reason, I was happy, but just kind of happy to know who he is, and then come to find out he's a terrible person. So
Tell me about the men that come into the strip club. What kind of guys do you have coming in there?
during the day they're like older men, and then there's at night a bunch of younger guys, like drug dealers and guys in there that try to buy the females, like younger guys. And then like during the day, just old touchy men, older men.
Touchy meaning they want to take you in the back room and
Yeah, they just get any chance that they can to try to get you to go to the back with them.
yeah. You suppose these guys are married or have relationships?
Either married or just kind of retired and living alone.
Everybody's lonely
Yeah.
and frustrated, it seems. What kind of romantic relationships have you had in your life? You have three fathers to your kids.
Yeah, they were pretty hard, like abusive, kind of. And I chose to like stay around that because that's what I was used to.
They were physically abusive?
Physically but more mentally abusive, and I was blinded by it.
And you stuck around?
Yeah.
How did you break free from those relationships?
I would go and text other guys to try to get attention from them because I wasn't feeling the attention that I should have with my children's dad. So I would kind of get my mind off of them and start kind of like breaking myself from them.
Mm-hmm. Replacing with them.
Replacing them. And then when I did, I would replace one, and then the next one would be pretty abusive also.
Mm. Tell me about the transition you made from working at gas stations and grocery stores to the strip club. The money must be very different, right?
Yeah. At a strip club, working there, sometimes I'll make nothing, but sometimes you could come home with $500 to $800 a day versus working at a grocery store or gas station. Like I wasn't making nothing. I was making $300 every week to every 2 weeks. So it wouldn't support me and my kids at all.
Yeah, it'd be very hard to survive, right?
Yeah.
So are there a lot of girls at the club that are just doing this purely for survival?
Pretty much, yeah.
Trying to raise kids or make ends meet or support their older parents or something?
Yeah.
Do you have friends?
Kind of. I keep my circle pretty small though now. So I don't have friends that I go see daily. I kind of just through Facebook or Messenger, like we'll text each other sometimes, how are you doing? But nothing, I don't hang out with anybody anymore.
What was your favorite childhood memory?
I really don't think I have one other than going out of state once to South Carolina. Other than that, I haven't really done a lot of stuff as a child.
What are you proudest of in your life?
Having my kids.
Your kids.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most important lesson you've learned in your life, Faith?
Not to do drugs and to not put my own feelings first. To pretty much stay away from like the people that are trying to influence you to do the wrong thing. So.
All right, Faith. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
And I wish you the best of luck with your new child.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.